some of these entrepreneurs, especially these entrepreneurs that be talking about, oh, I got 7 businesses and things like that, they'll get online and tell you they ain't never had a job before in their life. I'm quick, fast, in a hurry to tell you I had a job. Shoot, I worked at Mickey D's. I tell y'all all the time. I'm gonna tell y'all every video if I got to. Mickey D's, that was me. Mickey boys.
What go down with the Major fam today? It's Major, and today's topic is 9-to-5 TikToker starts begging after quitting job. I ain't gonna lie, that was a little bit of a tongue twister right there. I almost messed up. But, you know, I don't know too much about this situation, but sometimes this is the hard reality of trying to be an influencer online like TikTok or, you know, something like YouTube. But, you know, we're gonna find out a little bit more about this situation together like we always do as a fam. But before we begin, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you would like to see more of me. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
So for today's unemployed slop, we're gonna be talking about a TikToker by the name of Hubslife, who basically has embodied the 9-to-5 spirit, making his content revolve around how 9-to-5s aren't bad and aren't something that should be shamed, which I totally agree with. I even worked a 9-to-5 for half a year during my senior year.
Hey, look, I work a 9-to-5, man. Ain't nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Hey, his content low-key sounded unique. We need more content like that because people will get online and lie and talk about, oh, I ain't never had a 9-to-5. You know, I just built my business up and I started going crazy. You know, that's just how it happened. You know, people need to get online and start telling the truth that, oh, you know, I had a 9-to-5 and, you know, that's how I was using some money from my 9-to-5 and I started my business up. But, you know, some of these entrepreneurs, especially these entrepreneurs that be talking about, oh, I got 7 businesses and things like that, they'll get online and tell you they ain't never had a job before in their life. I'm quick, fast, in a hurry to tell you I had a job. Shoot, I worked at Mickey D's. I tell y'all all the time. I'm going to tell y'all every video if I got to. Mickey D's, that was me. Mickey boys. That was me, man. I'm telling you, not playing with you.
And it's important that we normalize being humble enough to put ourselves in that position to work and experience that, especially when the current climate has forced us to see various influencers and people living extravagant lives. It's caused a lot of people to feel inadequate and develop complexes about their own lives and their progress. I just realized I started rambling. But back to Hubslife. The thing with this guy is that he essentially alienated his own fan base. He pushed the 9-to-5 agenda, then quit his job the moment he could. Today, I want to yap about some unemployment slot for a few quick dollars. Nah, I'm just playing. Well, kind of. Okay, but you guys support me, so thank you. I love you all. I'm done rambling. Y'all know I'm the hood Socrates, and let's actually start. So he's a TikToker, like I said, and he goes by the name of Hubslife. And originally, his content centered around working his 9-to-5 and normalizing it. And the content isn't bad at all. I see the appeal. It's reassurance that a mundane life isn't bad, because it isn't. And like I said, with the age of social media, we're exposed to all these successful people. So much so, the mundane life starts to feel like the unconventional. Before social media, the 9-to-5 was the norm. Now, before I continue,
man, it's the norm. Don't let nobody on social media try to play y'all and act like it's not the norm, bro. That is the norm, man. People, you know, like I said, it's people online that be talking about they got 7 businesses. Oh, you know, I do it all by myself. I'm only 20 years old. Bro, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. And then they'll try to sell you a course right after that. Man, but that's a topic for another day. Hey, that's for sure a topic for another day.
I need to let y'all know, I do think 9-to-5s need to change. The work week needs to be reduced. It has its problems. But that aside, there is nothing wrong with living a quiet, peaceful life financed by a 9-to-5. Not everyone is meant to be an influencer. Some people have passions that align with the conventional avenues for life, and that's okay. So content like this comes across as just reassurance that it's okay to live a slower life, and it's okay to not be living so lavishly like these influencers we are constantly exposed exposed to. But if you go to the beginning of his TikTok, he really leveraged that relatability when growing his audience, which understandable. We also live in an era of gimmicks and content that at times feels soulless, whether that be due to the fact it's content that's been streamlined and optimized for the max stats, or the fact that the people we are watching no longer live the same reality as us by virtue of their wealth. What I do know is that people want to see relatable content, so when he quit the 9 to 5, it changed everything.
What?
So after this,
Man, I ain't gonna lie. If y'all was reading what he was saying, basically he was saying he was going through life and everything. You know, imagine working your 9 to 5 and you posted for 700 plus days, and you know, on top of that, becoming a new dad. That's basically what he was saying and all of that. And that was his reasons for leaving a 9 to 5. And he was basically saying he was leaving his 9 to 5 to pursue another 9 to 5, which I'm pretty sure is, you know, posting on TikTok full time. But the whole thing is like he found a niche where where posting his 9 to 5 and, you know, making content about that, people wanted to watch that. That was like his little niche, the 9 to 5 niche, and showing that it wasn't bad. That was his niche. So he built up a big audience from all of that, and then just switch over to making content. Like, I'm not sure what the content he was making after, but I know for sure it wasn't the same as what it was before. So all the people who was watching before, you know, they come across his content again, and then they see like, dang, he switched up. Like, you know, he not making 9 to 5 content no more. Like, I can no longer relate. So why should I keep watching it? And then that's probably where he messed up in the first place, right here. Nobody could relate to the people who already subscribed to, you know, his videos and things like that and was liking his videos. They could no longer relate to it because he wasn't posting the 9 to 5 videos no more. So, dang, man, it's like, yeah, he didn't like his 9 to 5 and he wanted to quit it because you know, everything that was going on. But his 9 to 5 was also bringing him in money. It was like, damn if he do, damned if he don't. And, you know, we gonna see what happened to him.
Hubslife started living an influencer lifestyle. You got this dude doing the Ashton Hall Saratoga ice face dumping, and then on his older videos, his comments are disabled for obvious reasons. People felt like he was alienating his fans and they flooded his comments. He preached about how it was fine to work a 9 to 5, and then when given the opportunity, he left. Now I do understand people's gripes with them and feeling like they've been duped, because prime example, this nigga was teasing a Netflix show.
You good to go?
Yep, I'm ready.
So when you see things from him,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what that was about, but we don't need that Netflix show. You know what we got? We got a show called Severance. Severance is low-key about the 9 to 5 work life. It's a little bit of like, it's different. It's definitely different, but hey, look, it's low-key about that. I'll take Severance over this. But, you know, his content had a place for social media. And for him to just stop making it, like, he messed himself up with that, man. He messed himself up with that. He should have probably just stuck to the niche, or, you know, something along that lines. If he wanted to leave, maybe he should have talked about 9 to 5s and, you know, what they did to him, and maybe story times. I don't know. something to stay along the lines of a 9 to 5, so people could still relate to it, and people who was watching his video for his job content would still continue to watch, because they could still kind of relate to the videos and everything he's talking about. But nah, buddy wanted to completely switch up. He wanted to live that actual like day in the life influencer type lifestyle, and it didn't work out for him.
About how it's okay to live the mundane. And then we see how he spent all his time creating content about how you can still be happy to not live grandeur. And now all of a sudden he's teasing Netflix on us. If you translate that from white people language, he essentially just hit a money spread on the camera. Nigga deadass flexed so hard and he expected his audience to not feel no way. And then I just kept scrolling and I stumbled on another video where he just has all these Saratoga water bottles in it. You see him meal prepping, but it's given rich suburban family meal prep. And just in general, it's vastly different from the content he was making when he was first blowing up. I understand why people are frustrated, and I understand why he had to remove the comments. People were feeling like he was selling them a lie to go up, but two things can be true at once. That's just a matter of perspective. I don't think how he's living now diminishes the message he had when he initially started his TikTok. I believe that when he started, it was really just some motivational shit, trying to spread the word about appreciating the small things in life, such as the 9 to 5. Hang in there. No matter where life takes us, it's important to stay strong and keep showing up. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Focus on today and what you can control. You feel me? That's just purely motivation. So regardless of him making it and changing his lifestyle, it's still the same message. And he also confirms he never even seen himself doing this, or at least that's how I interpreted what I'm about to read next. Grateful to be in this position at 30. I've had a passion for videography since I was a kid. I never saw it as a full-time career until this platform, and you guys made it possible. I love the 9 to 5 and the life it allowed me to live. It provided me a foundation to be successful. Now I'm on to a new 9 to 5, building my business and pursuing my passion one day at a time. These are from his TikTok bios under the videos, and once again, I truly do understand the feeling of betrayal and being duped. But to me, he just seems like a kid trying to live out his dream that was made available to him via TikTok.
And I get it, wanting to live your inner child dream and all of that. Like, I for sure get it. But bro, you built your content up around the 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5, what you was doing and kind of motivating people. So you gotta stick to that. Like, whatever you see is working, why try to fix it and try to switch up to something else? Why? You seen that was working for you. Man, it's like I feel bad for him, because shoot, he probably wasn't even happy at his 9 to 5, but it was working for him. And so, unfortunately, as soon as he left and he switched up his content, that's what happened.
TikTok. Well, he was living his dream until the TikTok live incident happened.
That's in the Galaxy, bro. I gotta get a Galaxy, guys. Send me something, man. Time making a living. I don't know if I saw a Galaxy come through, man. I can't answer any of these. You gotta send me a Galaxy, bro. Sam, thank you for the first gift. Roses on deck. I don't know. I think roses are like not a Galaxy. I want to answer all these questions, but I really can't right now. Sam, where's the Galaxy, bro? I'll answer like 10 questions if you send a Galaxy. You gotta send me a Galaxy or something. This is a lot more lucrative, and I get to work from anywhere in the world. Make money from my telephone. Do we need investments other than 401k? You gotta send me a Galaxy and I'll answer that. That's the internet for you, dude. No one wants to see you doing better than them, right? I'm just a regular chill dude.
Truly a fate worse than death.
Dang, man, you can feel the desperation through that video. I ain't even gonna lie. You can feel the desperation. You can see the desperation in his eyes. He twitching and send me the Galaxy. Send me the Galaxy. Like, what? That's like that's like somebody who need that adrenaline rush again. Boy, that's kind of creepy. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Like, this look like a whole different person. Like, people in desperate times, man, they become a whole different person in desperate times. I'm telling you, man. And he going through a desperate time right now. Like, it's like, man, he needs some type of money, so got up on TikTok Live and he need them Galaxies. That Galaxy is his drug.
having a messy beard, begging on TikTok lives like you're in the streets of LA. So the theory is that ever since he left his job, his views have been down. So he's doing a begging gimmick because he might not be making enough money from his TikToks, which is true because outside of a few outliers, he's really only getting a few 100,000 views, which if my pocket watching level is high enough, that tells me that he's not getting much of a bag. And if you're tapped in, you know how TikTokers always transition to a different platform because platforms like YouTube and Twitch pay significantly more, and if they can mimic the views they get on TikTok on those platforms, they'll make some serious cheddar. Sadly for him, he made it clear he was not making any serious cheddar.
Zach, I'm not begging for money, bro, but this is how I earn my living, so any little bit helps, man.
Dang.
I gotta get a Galaxy, guys, if you want me to answer the tough questions. I know that sounds like greedy and stuff, but again, this is how I'm making my living now, guys.
Dude is dead ass making information about his situation an incentive to donate. Ain't that fucking
Right.
crazy?
He trying to make you feel bad. He trying to make you feel bad so you can donate to him. This is how I make my living. Send me that Galaxy. You know, you want me to answer them tough questions? What tough questions? What tough questions are they asking him? He just need that Galaxy. Come on, man. Dang, that's a completely different person from who we seen in the video, well, the beginning of the video. And that's sad, man. That's sad. That's what this lifestyle can do to you.
But I'm not surprised. He alienated his core fan base. He boxed himself in terms of content, and it didn't allow him to grow. It's unfortunate because it's not like he attempted to betray or dupe anyone. A nigga just leveled up, but that's the nature of the internet and a TikTok audience. In general though, I do feel bad. I hope it's cap. I mean, I did see a Reddit post theorizing it is, but you never know. He was right. Working 9 to 5 ain't bad. However, if you can move into a more comfortable way of living, or you can pursue something that gives you more freedom than 9 to 5, my nigga, just take it. That's all he did. But unfortunately, nobody was gonna see it from that perspective. That's all I had to say though. Subscribe for more.
Man, that's the end of the video, man. You know, I just want to leave y'all with this, man. If y'all got a dream, go and chase it, man. He chased his dream, but, you know, the way he went about it, it kind of messed him up because, you know, he was doing content about 9 to 5 and then, boom, he just switched out of nowhere. Maybe if he would have left his 9 to 5 and started doing, like I said earlier, you know, still content about 9 to 5, but not working a 9 to 5. And, you know, maybe he could have been interviewing people who have 9 to 5s, asking them how they feel. He could have been doing all types of stuff. Like, it's plenty of ideas that he could have done, and he didn't go with it. He's tried to do something completely else, still try to do that lifestyle type of content, but without the 9 to 5. And that's what people were looking for. But every time they looked on his page, they wouldn't see that no longer. But, you know, y'all chase y'all dream, just go about it strategically. Don't go about it in this type of way and switch up your comp to, like, I'm talking about do a full 180 on your content, and it's just something completely different. But, you know, hopefully he's able to bounce back from this and take it as a lesson. You know, every L is just a lesson, and you can always bounce back from it. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more of me. With that being said and done, it's Major, and I'm gone.